I went down there. I was like, oh my gosh, I've worked for some really cool places. This is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Jonathan and I just got off an incredible chat with Rich Taylor of TPC Denzante Bay in Mexico, the only TPC course in Mexico. Jonathan, I'm smiling. I can see you are as well. What a chat, man. Rich was awesome.
I've got to get rid of. I love my children. If you're listening to this, I love you guys.
They don't listen to these things. Mine don't either.
However, you're taking up a lot of my time. I've got new golf courses and places that I want to go see, and you all just every day there's something. So, I mean,
when we get our wives on board because they know that there's spa and whale watching and all the other fun stuff, they'll be like, "Kids, you guys are on your own for a week. We'll see you later."
Listen, an average of a 4-day stay. So I figure like you can't bring the average down.
No,
so
not at all.
Might as well make a trip.
Might as well make a trip. No, man, that was an incredible chat. It was a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to love it. And I think you all are going to find a new spot where you have to go visit. Look in the show notes, see the link. Go check out the course, the pictures. And he said they don't do it justice, which is hard to believe that they can be better than the incredible pictures that are on there now.
BestBall Golf Club trip?
Absolutely.
Trip? I feel like we should maybe start working out how we can bring 8 to 12 people plus their wives to go play. You just need to sign up for the BestBall Golf Club. Cheaper than a bucket of balls per month. And you can get some insight to how you can join us on some of our good people trips. Good company.
Good company with good people, for sure.
That's right.
This episode, for sure. Was that you texting in the chat? No. You probably had no idea. So we opened this up for the first time. We broadcast this live for the BestBall Golf Club members to participate, and we had a couple questions in there that I asked one of them on air. Jonathan, the question was because Rich described his time of working with Bahamas for golf. Somebody said, "What's the best course in the Bahamas?"
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Yes. Sorry. Right. And so they asked that question. So it was a live audience there watching this recording of the podcast. So BestBall Golf Club members got early access to listen to this great chat with Rich. The other comment that was in there was, and the reason I asked if it was you, because it was Jonathan. I'm guessing our buddy Jonathan Dickinson. He said when we were talking about helicopters going into this place, which happens a lot, he said Jonathan will probably roll up on a moped instead of a helicopter. So, Dumb and Dumber style. We just got to get to the airport and we'll jump on a moped to get there. But
darn right.
No, man, this was a great chat. You guys are going to love learning more about this place, learning more about Rich. He has quite a career from wanting to teach to never stepping foot in the classroom and then just being in the world of golf forever. So another great relationship that we've met. Many thanks to the friends at REM Publications, the folks I've talked about before, who helped set up different chats for us. It's great. They do a lot of great work supporting these places, and it's fun to get to meet new people. So many thanks to them for helping make this connection with Rich. Before we jump into the episode, we want to give a quick shout out to our friends at Summit Golf Brands. Jonathan's rocking a nice zero restriction vest there. And is that a Beach Ratty, a long sleeve shirt?
This is absolutely my Beach Ratty long sleeve shirt. It's nice and light, great around the house, and it always fits and looks good. Well, on other people.
Very soft. Oh, very well. Yes. But that's your shirt, so you should wear that one. We love working with these guys. They do some incredible things. They have incredible products. If you visit any of their websites and use BestBall20, our audience gets 20% off on your order. So go support them because they are loving on us and big fans of what we're doing at Best Ball. And again, if you haven't listened to episode 1 from this season, we interviewed Billy Dratty. So it was really cool. But y'all enjoy this episode with our new friend, Rich Taylor. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have Rich Taylor from TPC Denzante Bay, and I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, Rich, but welcome. We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Thank you. And you are pronouncing it correctly. It's
Uh,
TPC Danzante Bay. So you got
okay, Denzante Bay, very nice. Well, it looks like the ugliest place on earth from all the pictures we've seen. So you must be hating working there, I'm sure.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
yeah, it's a pretty amazing place. It's one of those where when you go online, all the photos and all the videos don't even not even close. Like you
not
have
doesn't do
yeah,
it justice, huh?
doesn't do it justice. Yeah,
Oh man.
I
Well,
was really
John.
hoping that it would just be one of those where you Photoshop them so good
I know.
that whenever you get there, it's a little disappointing. Because today it's raining and I don't know, like 40 degrees. It is not
Right.
anything that we saw in the pictures. Looking at this particular course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were chatting. We were like, we Jonathan said we need to visit,
right?
Right.
and I said, well, we have to bring the wives then because there's no way we could go to a place as beautiful as that and say, no, no, this is just a golf trip. I promise.
That'd
So
be
Right.
a that'd be a hard sell.
that would be a
Yep.
hard sell. Well, before we dig into more about where you are, we want to learn about you and kind of hear your story in golf because, I looked at your LinkedIn page and you've worked at places like Pebble Beach and stuff. But even before that, like when was the first time you got into golf? When did you pick up a club for the first time?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. About 4 years old, my dad introduced me to the game. Just four irons and a putter and a wood or whatever. And we went and played a little golf course in the inner part of a track, a horse track. So it was like 4 holes. So that was my first memory of golf. And then I grew up in Chico, California, and there was a public golf course that was close to the house. Used to spend all summer looking for balls, trying to sell them on the tee. Got into the junior program, but that was really the extent of it. I mean, I played a little bit, but wasn't very good. And I ended up playing on the high school team, but I was number 5, 6 man on the team. So it was something I liked, but I was never, wasn't like, this is what I'm going to do. So, um, but enjoyed it. But I went on to college and, I got my degree in phys ed and I wanted to teach. I wanted to coach basketball and teach. And I graduated and I couldn't find a job. And so a friend of mine said, hey, there's a bell stand job down at Pebble Beach. You should come down here and work while you're trying to find a job. So I drove down there and this is before the internet, right? So you just go and I get down there and like, oh, we gave it away, but we've got to we have a job in the golf shop at Spanish Bay. And I'm like, well, I've never worked at a golf course. They go, it doesn't matter. You just have to be friendly and outgoing. So I took the job and never taught a day of high school. So
Very
Wow.
nice.
I've been in the golf business ever since 37 years. So anyway, I was there for 4 years, had a great experience, fell in love with the game. The head pro at the time at Spyglass was a guy named Laird Small, who's a great teacher at Pebble, and he kind of took me under his wing and kind of taught me the basic of the golf swing. So I kind of learned how to play, and they offered to put me through the PGA program. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll give that a shot. And so anyway, it was great. Was there for 4 years, got to experience the 92 Open, and then kind of bounced around a little bit after that. Um, Ended up working for the Marriott Hotel in Boston, chasing a girl. That's a whole nother story. Uh, but it was great because I got into the Marriott sales and marketing program, and then got back into golf in Phoenix. Worked for Camelback Inn, and it was really at that point where I got a chance to uh, merge the sales and marketing that I had done with Marriott for a couple of years in Boston and back into golf. So got involved in the tournaments at Camelback, and then from there I ended up moving to Oregon, working for Sun River Resort for 10 years, and had a great time there. Again, operations, sales, and marketing, kind of combining both. And then 2006, went out on my own as an independent person, and really for the last 20 years have just kind of been very fortunate to find really high end golf resorts to work for. in various capacities. It could be sales and marketing, it could be ops. It's kind of plugging in wherever that particular entity might have needed help. Like I had the country of Jamaica for a couple of years, Ritz Carlton's for a couple of years. So anyway, um, about 7 years ago, the owner of Danzante Bay found out about me through someone else, and I went down there to visit. And I really went down there just to go down for the weekend, just thinking I'll just go for free trip. And I went down there and I
Right.
was like, oh my gosh, this is, I worked for some really cool places. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. So it was a no brainer to start with them. So I initially started with them, helping with the sales and marketing and trying to drive new revenues there. And then over time, it's morphed into the director of golf job for the last almost 3 years. So that's kind of that's the quick story.
That's quite a story.
How do
Yeah.
you is
You
my
know,
life?
I know. No, really never.
Yeah.
Because I the itch was really to coach because I had played basketball and I really wanted to coach. So I took care of that coaching itch when I had kids and coached their basketball teams. But I just fell into 4 years working for the Pebble Beach company and never looked back. I mean, that was just too good. Right. And
Yeah.
when I was there, they had just sold to the Japanese at that time in 1990-ish. And I'm not going to go into it very much, but there was just no oversight. I mean, we played all the golf we wanted everywhere. Pebble, Sand, you can't do that now. I
No,
mean,
not at all.
we could have friends and go play, and it wasn't the big revenue machinery that it was. 2 years later after the Open, it was kind of like, okay, that's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
um,
quickly back to your time in Jamaica, or at least working
yeah.
covering there. I got a question here. What's the best golf course to play in Jamaica? I've never been. Jonathan, I don't know if you've been to Jamaica before, but
I went once,
okay.
but
Yeah,
not to play golf.
I would say White Witch.
Okay.
That was at the Ritz there. Yeah, it's a good golf course. Really good.
Okay. Well, everybody make note of that. White Witch.
So
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
and then
Right. Sure. That's a really good question. I mean, it well, one is you're right. I was been able to put those kind of components together because I have worked on all sides of the fence. So reservations, front desk. I understand all the different aspects of that. And then you got golf ops and maintenance. So Um, but at the end of the day, it's sales and marketing. You've got to get people to your facility to play, right? So when I first started, it was all print. I mean, you were in Golf
right.
Digest, Golf Magazine. It was all print. Over time now, it's really more of all the social media. I mean, we barely do any print at this point. So it's that. But to drive groups and to drive events, because I've done a lot of golf events, NCAA championships. I've chaired a couple USGA championships. It's all about relationships with people, networking.
Mm.
So when we do quite a bit of golf groups in at Danzante Bay, and I had all those up, but it's just you got to get on the phone and talk to them and hear what they need and kind of customize it. And you can't that really can't be done online. Uh,
Got it.
Still, there's a lot of things you can do online, but if you're a group of 12 guys and you want to go somewhere and you're going to spend 4 or 5 thousand bucks, you want to talk to somebody, right?
Right.
And so, I mean, I think that's still key for for driving business. On the public side, I even really haven't spent much time in that market segment, but at the same time, it really is you got to figure out a way to find the right customer and then make it easy for them to book. And then you've got to provide that great experience. And then you got to follow up with them because they know 10 other people that know go on golf trips and whatever. So
Yeah.
I've just found
Uh,
it's more relationship marketing than anything.
talk about
Right. And we do. So we really pride ourselves. One of the things that I learned at Pebble, which, it's funny, that 4 years that I spent there really had shaped the rest of my golf
mm,
career, if you will, because their principles and their mottos and the way they did things were top notch. So one of the things that they instilled was, or two things. One is you've got to take care of your internal guest first. meaning you got to take care of your employees and your team. They've got to be sharp and on point before you can take care of the external guest. So we do a good job of that there. And then you've got to figure out a way to exceed expectations of every guest every time. And so that's something that we really pride ourselves at Danzante Bay, is that we just find ways to go above and beyond to make that experience super memorable. Our staff becomes really close to the customer. We spend a lot of time with them, ask a lot of questions, even prior. What can we do to make your trip that much greater? Whether it's we want to run a little horse race in the afternoon, or we want to take when they arrive, the 8 guys, let's go up to hole 17 and have a little part 3 closest to the hole at sunset, right? I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of fun.
that sounds like
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, you use the term experience, and that's what, when people are planning these trips, going to these places and things, it's not about the, hey, 1 through 18 holes, but you guys offer like the full package from, I guess, even in the planning process throughout the entire time, the moment they step foot on property until even after they leave, you are maximizing the experience to where they tell friends they want to come back. And yeah, so talk about just the whole experience thing and how that is important to you guys.
Sure. So we have our FIT customers, right? That might be two couples who are coming to play and they just book a golf package online. So we've got a concierge component to at our property that somebody's calling them prior to coming to make sure that their tea times are set, their dinner reservations are set. So we're doing a lot of pre-work with our customers on the FIT side. If it's a group, obviously I've gone through it with the point of contact from A to Z, what we're going to be doing. And one of the things that we do is, as far as groups, is we take care of everything. So once we figure out what they need and we've got a contract and it's 16 players. And I'll tell you, we have groups that are 12 players and then we have some groups that are 100. We've got a couple,
Wow.
we're doing a pro-am this February with the Colorado PGA section where we've got almost 110 people coming with spouses and shotguns. And then we have private helicopters coming off of yachts, coming in to play for the day. So it's a very wide range of what we're doing, but we do it all. So if once you call me and we figure it all out, then I'm booking your rooms, your tea times, your dinner reservations, you're sending me your flights and coordinate your airport shuttles to and from the airport. We're all inclusive. So all the meals are taken care of. You can eat at any of these restaurants. So I think that's a big part of why we're successful, is because once you've called us or called me, you don't have to do any more work. You just got to tell me when you're going to show up, and we'll have it ready for you. And so then it's on us to make sure that all those details that we promised are delivered, and
Yeah.
then some, and then
And
some.
then some. Well,
Lem-
I know the question Jonathan's about to ask. Hold on. Where does he park his yacht? That's where he wants to
Well,
know.
I was going to
Right.
say, I appreciate you just mentioning it and
Yeah.
knowing
He's trying to add up his fairways hit. That's what he's
that
doing.
that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We started to have so many helicopters coming in that we actually built a helicopter pad, and now we have our own helicopter to run to and from the airport or take guests up for. But yeah, we do have yachts with helicopters flying and a
Who
lot of
needs
private a lot of private jet because we own the FBO at the airport, so we can cater to that really well. But we're only like an hour and 20 minutes from LA. And we're only an hour and 15 from Phoenix. So that's not too hard. So the Jets are coming from LA, Phoenix, a lot from Dallas. Yeah.
So we
that?
can get there. That's what I'm hearing, Jonathan.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
Well, there
don't
you
quite
go.
have a.
Well,
Next time I
American
go visit
flag.
my dad.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Ameri-
only coming in on a helicopter now. Now that
Oh,
no, I mean like the only way.
it's nice. That's a nice way when golf carts pick you up at the helicopter pad and you go right to the first tee. It's not bad.
There we go. Robbie,
Right.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if
We
it's
do.
that kind of golf course. This golf course is
Oh, we
definitely
do.
drinks and tacos.
We bring them right out to you wherever you're at. So
That's so great.
you can
I'm
get
sold.
tacos delivered. beers, whatever you need. That's all part of it.
I'll
Sure.
even throw me tacos. I'm good.
I'll just take a regular plane. Well, you mentioned restaurants. So before we actually get into like the golf course piece of this, because it again looks incredibly beautiful, talk about the restaurant options and kind of what the resort has to offer for those maybe not playing golf.
Sure, sure. Well, we're located about 30 minutes from the airport in Loretto. So it's kind of very secluded, gated, big property, 5,000 acre. I mean, it's a big property. We have 330 rooms and some more rooms under construction. They're all suites, so they have kitchenettes and so you can stay extended stay. 5 restaurants on property, varies from Mexican cuisine to Italian to American to steak, lobster. I mean, we have a lot of options for restaurants. One at the clubhouse, nightly shows every night. We have a team, activities team that puts on a show every night. So there's a beach barbecue one night with a show going on. So lots to do around culinary. I mean, you can kind of pick and choose for however long you're there. Our average stay is 4 nights. So typically people will pick off one of the 4 or 5 restaurants each night. So having something different. 39,000 square foot spa, 19 treatment rooms. It's really very nice. So that's another activity. We've got pickleball, we've got tennis, we've got stand up paddleboarding, kayaking, snorkeling. We run a bunch of tours right out from our beachhead. So you can go out and go fishing and go snorkeling. This time of year, it's whale watching. So the whales give birth out in the Pacific and then they bring them up right into our bay and you can go out and see the whales. So the ATV rides, I mean, there's a lot to do, hiking. So plenty to do for the non-golfer. I mean, I'll go back to like the pro-am that we're having in September, 65 players, but I think 75% are bringing their spouses because you got to bring your wife if you're coming.
Right.
You're not going to let you go there
Yeah.
and in the spa. So there's lots to do. There's lots for people to do. Well,
Maybe. Yeah, my,
yeah.
my down the street's Augusta, so
No, it's really a special place.
yeah.
I've been pretty fortunate to play a lot of golf courses and a lot of nice ones, and this is right up there with the very best. I mean, it's like carpet court. I mean, we'll get into the golf course, but it's pure. And then you've got great owners who are all about taking care of the golf course and making sure we have all the resources to make it a great experience. So that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear the whale watching piece of it and golf, and I immediately go to the Seinfeld episode where Kramer puts one right into the blowhole of the whale, and George
Yeah.
has to save it. But anyway, I'm sure Jonathan wouldn't throw one out in the ocean that far, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
Like it
Yeah.
hung out by the boat for
Yeah.
and
crazy.
the tour guides like that never happens. So
Yeah. 2
yeah,
years ago, I had my wife came and we went out there and we got very close to touching her. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool.
All right, so the course is a part of the TPC network. For those that aren't familiar with that, explain that piece.
So yeah, we're part of the TPC network and part of that family, if you will. Some golf courses, TPC courses, are owned by the PGA Tour. We're not. We're a licensed facility, so we carry the flag. But part of that means that we've got to keep our golf course at TPC standards and obviously provide an experience that's on level with other TPC golf courses. So that's one piece of it. The second is we have reciprocal with other TPC golf courses, so TPC members can come and play at a better rate, and then vice versa. We have some members that can do the same at other TPC golf courses. But it's a great relationship. We've had it since we've opened. Um, and that TPC family is super important to us because of best practices and how we're working together on retail and events and all that. So it's super important to us. And we're the only TPC golf course in Mexico.
I didn't
Very
even
nice.
know how
Right.
TPC membership works. This is
There you
good.
go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, now let's talk about the golf. One thing Jonathan and I are doing this year in our competition with each other is we're keeping track of the number of golf balls we lose. And again, looking at the pictures of this place, it seems like our helicopter is going to need to bring a couple dozen, maybe cases of golf balls. So talk about the course because it looks incredible.
Sure. Well, it's a Reach Jones golf course, and I've played some of his. I think it's one of his best. I mean, he's said that as well. So it's a great layout. I mean, from a topography standpoint, that's a big reason why it's so beautiful because you start off from the clubhouse and you're kind of going through some flat area, and then all of a sudden by the second and third hole, you're up in these huge canyons, and then you're back down to the water, and then you're back up in the canyons again. So it's very unique from a topography standpoint. From a layout, it's actually, it looks intimidating, and there are some intimidating holes, but you can also score very well on it. And it's also very women friendly. There's not a lot of forced carries. We had the TPC Ladies National Championship there in 2024, and we're going to do it again, I think, in 2027. So, I mean, it's kind of built for everyone with 5 and 6 set of tee boxes. We can really push the yardage around from 4,900 all the way to, 7,250. So I think generous fairways, there's, again, a lot of areas to be able to score. If you hit it sideways, yeah, you're going to need a few balls. And then when you get to 17, I mean, 17 is, a lot of golf courses having a signature hole, right? 17 is certainly ours, but we have probably another 10 or 12 that are, you go, that's pretty cool too. So, 17, you've got to be on your game because if you miss the green, you're probably going to be in the sea at Cortez. So, but if you feel, it's just being confident up there and knowing you're going to hit it exactly that yardage. And so it helps to play it a couple times. I'll tell you that too. So
So that's
people,
why at least 4 nights minimum,
Four
so you
nights
can play
minimum.
it multiple times.
There we go.
exactly. So, once you play it a few times, then you say, okay, this is where I've got to go. This is where I've got to come into some of these holes. But it's a great layout. And then condition wise, it's the grass that we have is called Paspalum, and it's a really cool kind of grass, and that is up from tee to green. And so we don't overseed. It grows all year, and it's just like carpet. I mean, it's just carpet out there. So
Is there
Yeah.
is there an off season? Like, I mean,
yeah, season would be summer.
okay,
Summer's our off season. I mean, that's when we do our course maintenance where we're doing aerifying, wall to wall. So we close for a couple weeks in June and August where we just have 9 holes open and we do a lot of work. And it's also pretty hot
okay.
summertime.
So the
But
ideal time is when to come.
I would
September.
say October through middle of June.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, you
My,
can come in the summer and we do have people that come in the summer. It's warm, but the advantage is long days. You could play golf in the morning, then you can go do all the water activities and then come back in the evening and play 9 more. So, I mean,
trip
and
would
so
be
so is Emily's.
per-
So
yeah,
perfect
late,
present.
late
there you go.
September, early October, you're going to be running about 90, 95 degrees out, which is nice.
Perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
Jonathan's in Augusta, Georgia. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. So
Yeah.
95 degrees is
That's a
nothing.
yeah.
Right.
That's
Uh,
a cool down.
Right.
yeah.
And we have a whole lot of humidity, really.
Right.
And since
So
we're on the
there's
water,
the difference for sure.
yeah. And we're on
Our
the water.
ocean
So,
breeze is a little different.
right.
Yeah. Right.
So,
So
Yeah.
talk about the
right.
golf.
Well, I think the biggest one is that we're growing all year round pretty much. So the only time the grass really goes dormant is January, maybe for a week or two in February. And then we're back up into growing temperatures. So grass is always growing. Um, we've got, we went 2 years without rain. It just rained for the first time back in September of last year
Wow.
Wow.
for 2 years. So, yeah. So, I mean, we've got perfect weather pretty much for growing grass. And it's we're in a desert kind of climate on the Baja, but I would say just because we can grow grass year round, we don't have to overseed. So that really helps.
Yeah.
Really helps. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like
Could
a bucket list destination for sure that Jonathan and I will have to
Yeah.
figure out how to cross off here shortly.
condition.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we start to wrap up, and I feel like we could keep talking to you about this nonstop because you like it and we are fascinated by what you're doing. But let's ask this question that we ask all our guests to tell us the story of your most memorable golf shot.
Most memorable golf shot. That's a really good question. I guess it was two probably because I had two holes in one summer.
Wow.
And in 1998, which was a long time ago, and it's been a long time between hole in ones. 20, what is that now? 28 years. I got to get one. I almost had one the other day. That was just so
Well,
close. But
Jonathan and I are 45 and 46 years apart from our not having a hole in one. So,
Right.
yeah.
right. I've had lucky to have three, but yeah, those were pretty memorable. You know, making
Where
home.
were they?
Crosswater at the center of a resort. Crosswater is a great golf course too, by the way, in Bend, Oregon. That's what took me to Bend, Oregon. It's a great golf course.
Yeah, when I saw you were in Bend, Oregon, again on your LinkedIn profile, I
Yeah.
was wondering, like, I mean, that's a pretty popular area of the country for people to go be visiting and playing golf as well.
Yeah. Again, pretty fortunate. I've been around some good golf courses, but yeah, hole in ones are pretty memorable.
Nice.
Sounds like it. Well,
Yeah.
we.
It's easy. Spyglass.
Oh wow.
I, people. I've been fortunate enough to play. I don't want to, don't want to name drop, right? But I played a lot. Cypress a lot when I was down there, and loved it. I mean, it's beautiful. But Spyglass to me was the best golf course on the peninsula. It's long. It's got teeth. It's everything you want in a golf course. So I just and I she it fit my eye really well because I like to hit it. My nickname is Long and Wrong. Like I'm gonna hit it long, but sometimes I'm gonna hit it wrong. But anyway, that was my favorite.
I love it. My wife and I went out to the Monterey area for gosh, our 15th anniversary is what, 7, 8 years ago now, and saw all those courses. They were incredible. Did not touch a golf club, but I was sitting there wishing there was opportunity to play. So, but that just makes you want to come back for more. So,
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Well, the next question: what course is at the top of your bucket list?
Certainly would like to get on Augusta.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be kind of nice. I'd like to
yeah.
do that. And then there's a couple golf. I haven't played Riviera,
Oh,
which I'd like to get on that in LA. Um, and maybe I'm working on St. Andrews, maybe 2027.
nice.
There's a
Very
few I
nice.
got to get onto still. Yeah.
Play the
Yeah.
national. They're not always available. I'm
Right.
right here in town. Be happy to
Okay.
come down. Yeah.
You could
So
even stay at his house. Like he's
you
got an extra,
listen.
extra. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Ours is one of them. I still think we're a hidden gem. I think we're starting to become more and more well known. I mean, when I first got there 7 years ago, we were doing 8, 10 rounds a day. We've increased that 5 times. I mean, we're really starting to catch on. But I still think there's a whole golf market that hasn't seen us yet, and they will. The other hidden gem, probably on the Monterey Peninsula, the golf course in Pacific Grove.
Mhm.
I mean, that it's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard
yeah,
incredible things about that place.
yeah.
All right. Who is in your dream foursome?
Um, Tiger, probably some fun people, maybe Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan. I mean, that way
That'd be a good group.
you're seeing some good golf, you're seeing some not so good golf, and then you're gambling. So I mean,
I was gonna
it's
say heroes.
um, good one. I worked for quite a while for a golf course called Cordoval in
Mm.
California, and it was known for its chocolate chip cookies at the turn.
Oh,
So if you got
that's a
warm chocolate chip cookies,
great idea.
I'm gonna I'll probably stay there and let you keep playing for a few holes. I'll catch up.
The impetus for that question was Jonathan's trip where he got tacos like every
Right.
third hole. So yeah, he's
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
route, and you
Right.
got
yeah.
perfect.
Again, Jonathan will stay there. He'll see you on the next three holes.
Right.
Anyway, all right. What's your favorite golf course logo?
Favorite? Boy, that's a good question. I thought Spanish Bay was pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that one. The
Nice.
bagpiper. Yeah.
Yeah. Bagpiper is cool. We did go to the inn and sit there and have drinks and saw the bagpiper come in at sunset. It was beautiful. What a setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun to be a part of that. But that's a good question. I probably, ball marks. I've got a whole bunch of ball marks here. So I think ball marks, with the logo on it, and then it's something you can keep in your bag. And every once in a while, you dig down in there, you're going to go play, and you're trying to find a ball mark. Oh, I remember when I played that golf course. That was
Yeah.
super fun. So ball marks.
Yeah.
Always good memories.
Great, easy way to preserve a memory.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. What is one thing golfers should do besides visit you, of course?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I should do. Um, Probably work on their short game a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, and teaching was never a big part of what I got into in the golf world, but people spend so much time hitting drive around, on the range and like go putt and chip. I think that's where you're sculling it across the green. I don't need to see that. So anyway, short game.
Says, don't worry
Right.
about your driver. Your driver will be
Yeah.
fine.
Short game. Yeah, short game. People.
Yeah.
The people. I've been I've met so many nice people. And I think that's why I never got out of it, because I was fortunate to meet a lot of nice people at Pebble Beach that some of those relationships I still have today. Right. And then, being in the golf world, it's a small world, but all that connectivity and then going out and playing golf with friends or whomever it is, sometimes strangers, right?
Yeah.
And after 4.5 hours, you're like, we're friends. So the people, no doubt.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
All right, Rich, this has been a lot of fun. Tell everybody where they can learn more about TPC Denzante Bay.
Sure. So tpcdanzantebay.com would be a really good place to start. And then from there, you can see what, our hotel options, what we have, and our golf packages, and then how to get there. Again, we've got flights that come in from LAX, coming from Phoenix, coming from Dallas. Actually have a flight that comes from Calgary once a week up in Canada. And then a lot of people in Southern California, San Diego will walk across the border. There's actually an overpass from the border. You walk right into the Tijuana airport, and people will fly from Tijuana to Loreto, and then working on some flights from Guadalajara and some other points. So hopefully in the next couple of years we'll have more lift. But that's how you get to us. That's our website. We'd love to have whomever. And then I'm on the website. So if you've got a group of 8 or more, you can email me and I'll set it up. And I hope to hear from you too.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Well,
yeah,
again, Rich, this has been a lot of fun. Jonathan and I are going to start looking at the calendars now and start
good,
coordinating something.
good.
But yeah, this has been incredible. I appreciate your time telling us all about this special place. And yes, everybody needs to go check it out. If you've listened to this episode so far, you know the experience is going to be second to none. So, Rich, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Paul.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, for Rich and Jonathan, this is Robbie. You guys have been listening to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast.